Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Switch.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line.
That's another Steelers first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Ben to throw again. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, check 24. Check 24. Check
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was a safety, Rashad Jones, that time, who was able to break up the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, and it's third down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check 99. Check 99. No.
They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ballage.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
80. Pull it high. He's checking crap. Bang, bang. Check 24, check 24.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check 55, come on. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Now the Purdue man, this is Akeem Hunt. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch it.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. His throw incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. They're complete. This is Albert Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. They'll run here with Ballage. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Tight end rock. 6.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Third and long here for Rosen. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play. On fourth down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts. So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Like 30. Mike, 58, right there. I'm here all day.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
22, 44. 58, come on. Hey, Delta. Come on.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football, forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check. General West. Press down. Hey. Motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Alert. Motion man.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Get ready.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
That one goes for 24 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the...
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
50's the Mike. 50. Hey, wahoo! Mike 50, Mike 50.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And this is going to be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, nice move.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Clement. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Clement, and he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Now Balaj. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On the toss, here's Balaj. Space to run past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Balaj with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The extra point up and good, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A run, it's Clement. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And it's caught by Parker. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Hey, orbit.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They run it with Balaj. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take it.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
All day, baby, all day, baby. Slam!
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
61, matchbox lights.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely. Absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Tackled back at the 6-yard line.
Gotta get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Hard. Go. What do you got?
On second down now. Clement. A second broken tackle. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle. And that's going to tack on 15 more. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run with Clement. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Clement again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down, Clement. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Corey Clement, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
And he missed it again. The 4th time now in this game alone, and that has to be great cause for concern over on that sideline. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1.
Let's go, fellas.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script.
And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
I got you. Whip.
They'll run again with Clement. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Save. Hey, switch gears.
On play action, Rosen eluding the pressure right. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a
2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Deontay Johnson. Incomplete.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Again, it's Balaj, and it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Aqib Talib. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 28-yard.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And a give this time to the tailback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they take a knee.
Rosen on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Brian Flores going to call on the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And that is is no good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Just like that. Just like that.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Dolphins, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick then hit with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back then dip. Got a whole party out on the ship. All these four things pull out the whip. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, 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 never switch. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go when the rain